Get back to the bench, take notes from the start. Yeah, you say you got a team going harder. You niggas get out of line. I'm a bullet cause I out of it.
Hey, what's up guys, it's SNipEz. Welcome to a new series on my channel. And this series is called Modern Houses Advanced. And the point of this series is that I will be showing you guys how to make houses, but not with the extreme detail I put in my other videos. I will still be doing my other series where I tell you guys step by step and how many blocks to place. But this series is more for the more advanced house builders that want the bigger and more detailed houses. And so I'm not going to be counting how many blocks I'm placing. I'm not going to be telling you have to go up this high. You're basically going to have to follow along with the video. And you actually will get better houses out of this if you actually can keep up with making them. Because with bigger houses, with a full detail, like saying this how many blocks and that how many blocks you have to place, it makes it a lot harder to make bigger and better houses. So hopefully this way we'll make it to where you guys get bigger and better houses out of this. So that's the point of this. And it's also a little bit more fun for me, just because I've never made these houses before, and a lot of people ask me, how do you make your houses? And you will be able to see how I make my houses, because I've never made these houses before that I'm going to be making in this series. So let's get started. Again, I'm not going to be telling you how many blocks to place. I will be changing stuff on if I think it looks better this way or that way. So be aware of that, because I will be changing some stuff. Alright, so let's start with the garage. Alright, so we have a pretty good sized mountain up here. Let's make the garage. That looks big enough. Let's see. Now we need to make it over farther. Let's make the garage like somewhere over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, stack this up, maybe one more. Alright, that looks pretty good. 4 with that, and then let's put some snow around it. And let's do it a couple more times. Alright, I'm liking that. It's seeming to be pretty good. Alright, let's take out some clay. Let's see, how do we want to do this? Let's take out this instead. I have this come out maybe like here. Extend this back just a little bit. Alright, so we're going to have to deal with the cliff there. That shouldn't be too big of a problem. Alright, let's stack this up for now because we're not sure how long it's going to be. Let's see, let's stack it up just 5 tall for now. We can always stack it up taller later. Alright, almost done with the nether brick. And this house is using clay, snow, and nether brick. And there might be some gray wool involved in it. There would also be some stone for the outside of the house as well. I think I said house really weird there. Huh. Oh, we need to stack up this one more. Alright, there we go. Alright, now let's take out some, some clay. Have it come one block. Have it come out about right there, just the end of the cliff. And then we're gonna do. All this is going to be like a driveway. Let's clear a lot of this out. Just clearing out some sand. And these houses will have interior and exterior done to them. And you guys will be getting more out of the videos because, like I said, the videos will go by faster because I don't have to describe every single detail that I'm going to be doing. Let's see, I'm going to take out some slabs so we can start making the downhill for the garage, or for the driveway, I should say. Alright, so let's start having it sloped down about right here. Alright, this is where it starts to get fun. This is the one bad thing about sand, is that it falls and it can get very annoying. And this is going to go all the way down 5 blocks. So it's going all the way over to here. Alright, almost done with this. Then we're going to put some stone and some stone slabs in here. Have it start sloping down. Oh, didn't want to get rid of that. Maybe we can always fix it later. I don't have any sand in my inventory right now. Alright. Alright. So how should we do it? So if it's gonna start here, let's have it come out. We don't want to have it go straight down, so let's have it come out 3 blocks. Then we'll put some stone. Like this. Now we'll go back to stone slabs. This should look pretty good. Alright, now let's go back to the stone again. And then this house is kind of like a vacation slash beach house. Having a hard time speaking today. Almost done. I'm trying to think, maybe we should go up and make it 2 wide each time. Yeah, I think we should do 2 wide. Alright, so let's come back up here. We're gonna start getting rid of some stuff. Like I did say in the intro, I will be changing stuff up in the video if I think it will look better. Because a lot of people ask how I build houses, and this is how I build them. Alright, we're almost done. Let's get rid of all the stuff we already placed. Because we don't want to have it go too far past the mountain once we come out with the driveway. So I think if we go too wide with everything, it will look a little bit better. It will be a little bit steeper, but it won't be that much steeper. Alright, now let's place some slabs. Now we're going to have to replace all that sand with, what's it called? With stone. Yeah, I think this is looking a little bit better. Yeah, this is looking a lot better now. It's going to match up pretty nice. Alright, now let's get rid of the sand here. Alright. And then one more thing of slabs, and then we're done with the driveway itself. Alright, now that we have the driveway, so that's how it should be. Let's look at it. So we have to place all this stuff under the clay with... Alright, so let's replace all of this right here with stone. To make it look like it's actually being supported by something. This shouldn't take too long to do. Whoop, oh. Alright. It's pretty good. Like I said, we're going to replace all of this with stone. Alright. How's that look? Alright, that looks a little bit better, in my opinion. I'm liking that. Alright, now that we have that, what we could do is let's stack up. Actually, I have an idea. Let's make this a railing right here. Then we can make that like a little tiny balcony. Now let's take out the clay. Alright, now we have a tiny little balcony there. I think that'll look pretty good. Let's stack this up 5 tall. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Alright, let's make a doorway so we can't get out here. Add some windows. We're going to replace the window over here, so we get the same one. There we go. I'm liking that. Alright, let's make a pillar going all the way from the bottom up to here. Alright, now let's take out some snow. Let's have the snow come out maybe like to here. Stack it all the way up to the top again. Let's make let's make 2 pretty big windows like this. Alright, we have that. So we have 2 windows. Now let's take out some nether brick, have it come out to the house. Again, stack it all the way up. And let's sleep so we can see a little bit better in the video. Check, check, check. They're checking you out. There we go. Alright, so it comes out 2 from the house. Let's make it come out to where the corners are the exact same. Yeah, just like that. Alright, I'm liking that a lot. Alright, let's see. What should we do for the front entrance? I'm trying to think. Let's take out the gray wool. Have it come up all the way until you get to the top block. Let's have this come over. It's about, that looks about good. Maybe one more. Oh, misplaced that. Alright, this is going to be a longer wall. So this wall will come out to like right there. We'll probably extend it here in a minute once we get done with the door. Alright, now let's make the doorway. Alright, so let's have the gray wool come up to there. Maybe we should use black wool instead. And we'll see what looks better. Alright, let's make the doorway. Using the gray wool again. And then let's make one pretty big window up towards the top. Like that. And maybe have it come down one lower. Yeah, I think that will work. I'm liking that. Alright, let's extend this wall just a little bit farther. Alright, that looks pretty good for now. Alright, let's see. What could we do? I'm thinking we can make a balcony on the right side right here. So let's take out our snow. Let's see. On the 5th block, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the 5th. Let's make a little balcony. It comes out 2 from the house. Alright. So let's turn this a little bit. And let's have it come out to be like right there. It seems a pretty good spot to stop it. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my controller. There's not really much I can do about it because the controller is pretty loud, and I try to make it as quiet as possible, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Alright, have this come out too. Let's have this side come out just a little bit farther. Whoop. Alright, so now that we have the balcony, what kind of, let's see. Let's stack the end up like that. Alright, let's do the same thing on this side right here. Alright, then let's just make it like a little tiny roof going over the balcony. And let's have it come out, the balcony come out one farther. Alright, let's put a railing here using the glass panes. And then let's make like a window. Alright, how's that looking from out here? Alright, I like that. Alright, so that's how long our house is going to be. So it's a pretty long house, as we can see. I'm trying to think what we should do now. Alright, so let's come back over to here. Let's have it come one block out, or 2 blocks out from the balcony. Alright. Alright, let's have this come in just a little bit more. I'm really liking the look of this house so far. I'm liking the colors. Alright, now that we have that. Alright, let's take out some clay. Let's see, what could we do with the clay? We could come out like that. Maybe that much? Let's see. Let's make another one of those big windows. Oh. Hey, I think that would look pretty good. Alright, so let's make this all solid gray right here. Alright, there's that. Alright, let's take out some snow. Let's put something in the corner like that. Just to give it the extra detail. Alright, so we have that. What should we do? Let's take out our snow again. That's coming 1 block. And let's stack it all the way up 8 tall. I'm trying to think, how should we do this part? Have it come in 1 more. Alright, then let's have it come over maybe that much. Have it come all the way back down. I'm kind of thinking making this like a big window. So if we did this, alright, now what if we did something like this? No, I think I would like it keeping the big window. Alright, let's make this to where like this is a big, pretty wide wall. Alright, I'm liking this so far. Alright, so we're gonna have the snow from here come out 1, stack it up 5 tall, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I fell. Alright, so we're going to have to deal with some... Let's put some stone here for now. We can always change it later. Alright, let's just get rid of some of this. Alright, so let's make a window. Alright, just like that. Actually, up here, let's make this a balcony. Let's extend the wall a little bit. Alright, this will be the balcony right here. Alright, ooh, I'm liking this. Then we can do something like that, so you can kind of see out towards the ocean. Stack this up. Alright, let's make it the railing. Alright, let's stack that up. Alright, how's that looking? Let's take out the glass blocks. Make a little door frame, and let's make the rest of it. Let's do the same thing down here. Let's make this a big window. No doorway leading out. I have a feeling we're going to have to clear out some sand. But that's fine. Alright, then let's have these connect. Ooh. I'm not liking that having a flat wall, so let's make a little overhang. There we go. I'm liking that. Alright, so we have that. And then let's make that snow. Alright, let's take out some, what's it called? Let's make this 2 wide actually. And now, right here we'll do a pretty big wall of nether brick. And we'll have it stack up 8 tall for now. We are going to make the roof, I have a feeling, because I don't want to make the roof entirely flat, so it's probably something we can figure out. Alright. Let's sleep again. Oh, look at the sunset. There we go. Alright, let's make another pretty big, those pretty big windows like that. Let's make 3 of, let's make 2 of these. Alright, then on the 5th blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's iron, not snow. So we come out 3. Let's actually make it towards in the middle block. We don't want to have it right next to the window. Alright, let's have this part come over to just even with this. So we're going to extend this a little bit. We're going to have this 1 short of that. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot right now. It's probably one of my favorite houses I've made so far. I kind of think we should extend this a little bit. with how tall it is, it's kind of looking... let's work with it. Let's see what we can do later. Alright, so down here, let's do this. Make that to where it's 5 tall. And then we're going to have to collect a lot of sand. We're going to have to be making some floors in here. Alright, we're going to do this an easy way real quick. Alright, let's do it this way. Alright, this will get rid of some sand pretty quick. And then this is pretty easy to fix. All the sand's gonna have to go. So much. Wow, I just found some dirt. Didn't think I'd find some dirt in the desert, but whatever. I mean, I guess I'm getting far enough down to where I would find it. Alright. This is the not so much fun part about making houses, is that you have to get rid of some landscape to make your house. But in the end, it's all worth it if you make it right and you love it. Alright. Yeah, my finger's starting to get tired from holding this trigger. Alright, almost done. This should be good enough for now. Again, we're going to clear a lot of this out later. Boom. Oh, there we go. Alright. There we go. Good enough for now. Alright, let's make another wall of snow. No, I'm thinking, no, let's use clay this time. We haven't used clay in a while. Let's have the clay come out to here, where it's even with that. Then we can make this like a little doorway out to like a patio or something. So let's take the glass blocks again. We can make it a double door like that. Oop, misplaced that. Alright. Alright, how's this looking so far, guys? Are you guys liking it? Alright. So let's see, what do we want to do with the garage? Let's probably extend this out. Make this even. What could we do with the garage area? Alright, so of course we want to make or finish the garage itself. Let's make it one wider. Alright, let's stack it up 5 tall again. Alright. Trying to think what we could do with this, because we have a lot of extra space over here. Alright. So let's make it like a back door, like right here. So we can get out, because I think we should put like a patio or something, where you walk out and there's like tables and let's make like some windows right here. Alright. Alright, let's take out some stone. Let's see how this would work. Oh, might want to replace that. Alright, let's take out the stone. Let's make like the patio. Let's see what we can do with it. Alright. Let's have it come out to where be even with this. Let's make it come out just a little bit farther. You can even connect them like that. Now let's actually not have that connect. Let's have it to where it comes up to here. How far can we go out? Alright, so we can go pretty far. We have plenty of room left still. We're gonna get rid of the sugar cane underneath. Alright, so we did that.